Hello everyone, it's Nen from Insightful Vibrations. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel, and if you have, thank you so much. I also would appreciate you liking and sharing this video if you see it fit to do so. So this is your forecast for the week of June 5th to 11th, 2017. And we will begin first with astrology and some cards for everyone. And then we will continue with your particular zodiac sign. So what's happening in astrology? Well, this is a great week in one sense because we have Jupiter coming out of retrograde motion on June 9th. But on the same day, we have a full moon in Sagittarius at 18 degrees. So let's ferret through this information and see what kind of energies we may expect to have to deal with. Full moons, as usual, represent some kind of culmination, a culmination of events that occurred usually on the preceding new moon. And this time we're looking at what occurred on the new moon of May 25th. And so the same issues may have to be dealt with again and processed within the 2 weeks that follow this full moon of June 9th. Just to give you some indication, there may be a battle of polarities here. You know, women versus men, mother versus father, male versus female, however you wish to word it. These can result in general discord or in some pretty hot and heavy arguments. So in addition to that, we also have a lot of emotionality and some, pretty intense feelings. We have the moon squaring Neptune, which can lead to some moodiness generally. And then for some, maybe a feeling of sadness or even a feeling of confusion that there's not enough clarity in the issues that were brought up at the time of the full moon once again. And with the moon also in a conjunction aspect with Saturn, there may be feelings of insecurity and indecision to deal with. Then we have Jupiter turning direct in Libra on the same day, June 9th, and Jupiter is aligned with the star set Vendraminatrix. This star is also known as the star of the widowhood. Don't let this scare you. It could pose for some separation from people with their partners through either fate or circumstances. But it could also mean a physical separation, such as working or living at greater distances. It could mean something more difficult, such as the ending of a relationship through separation or otherwise. It does not have to mean separation by death. It does not have to be a permanent separation, but it can be. And with the grand trine with Saturn, Uranus, and the North Node working together to smooth things over a little bit, on the same day we can look at new ways to contribute to humanity. And this might serve as a good distraction for everything else that's going on, because we are going to have to ferret through some relationship issues. I've looked at the Arabic parts as well. And those are calculated parts in astrology. And basically we have some amazing aspects that are actually confirmed by these cards that I drew from the Lenormand Gilded Reverie deck. And these cards I drew, of course, for everyone. The main card, which is the Ring, card number 25, is also the Ace of Clubs. And this basically is a card that talks about new contracts, new commitments, bringing things into a fresh start mode, really accelerating things. And I really like the freshness of this ring, and I think that'll characterize, the period of June the 5th to 11th quite nicely. There will be a lot of opportunities, especially in business or for other money-making ventures. But we also have the female number 29, or woman, and she also represents the Ace of Spades. And of course this also can represent some issues with contracts with women or commitments with women, but the woman does not necessarily have to be a woman. It could represent people in this general sense as well. And of course this could mean a little bit of discord with the Ace of Spades there. Then we have the Fishes, and number 34 is also the King of Diamonds. And the King of Diamonds can represent a person who is an earth sign, someone who's very stable and sincere, someone who's very you know, a good confidant, let's say. And the fishes also represent abundance, and also, you know, an abundance of opportunity for business or commercial transactions. So there seems to be a lot of activity, and one could also think that there may be a lot of fish in the sea in terms of dating opportunities as well. But let's not get carried away, because we also have card number 7, the snake, which also represents the Queen of clubs. And the snake cautions us, because the snake is talking about, you know, some kind of competition or rivalry. Sometimes it can mean outright sabotage. Sometimes it can mean dishonest behavior, complications, indecision, as I mentioned from the astrology, and sometimes even trickery. So if you're out and about this week in all aspects of life, I would caution you to really, you know, watch for cues or clues as to any of those kinds of things, where if something doesn't feel right, maybe it isn't. Maybe just be careful about committing to something or someone if you're not sure. And for this reason as well, there may be some revelation of betrayal or rivalry, and that may cause relationships or business sort of arrangements to falter as well. So we do need to take some extra precautions in this sense. But what the Arabic parts are saying is exactly that, that there's a lot of good business opportunities, especially for sales or striking new deals in commerce. And there's also a lot of opportunities for forming new bonds. So even though the full moon is more about, you know, ending sometimes, it also can bring to fruition something that you want to complete, which is a very important part of the full moon energies. And if you were thinking of asking someone to marry you or solidifying a relationship in some other way, this is an excellent week to do that, because whatever doesn't work, trust me, it won't work on the night of the full moon, but whatever is worth saving will also be worth committing to. I'd just like to caution all of us as well that there may be some danger around this week. And part of that seems to be danger from trickery, danger from earth sort of events. So, you know, cataclysmic earth events, earthquakes, windstorms, like tornadoes, cyclones, hurricanes, that kind of thing. And of course, because I'm gleaning this from the Arabic parts and also looking at the fixed stars as well, this applies to all of us on the planet Earth as well. So I haven't done a detailed analysis of what parts will be affected, but there is a lot of earth movement or earth changes or weather events, that kind of thing. And there's also potential for a lot of aggression as well this week. So do take care wherever you are. Always sort of, you know, be very extra vigilant in this day and age, and all should be well. So let's move on to your individual zodiac sign forecast. This is what the cards say for you, Leo, sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign folks. First of all, this week is characterized by the tree. The tree signifies growth, newness. It also signifies going back to your roots. It signifies rainbows and optimism and hope and good health. And I think this is significant, especially because here we have the coffin, and the coffin talks about a period of difficulty or challenge. And if there's been a health challenge, there may be some surgery coming up for somebody or some sort of medical intervention. You know, it could even be something like radiation or that kind of thing, but or even laser treatment. It doesn't have to be so severe. But basically, I feel that it's involving you know, the heart or the circulation, judging by that heart card. As well, with looking at the snake, and to me it just pops out as an artery. So I do feel that this could be something of that nature, where there's something that needs to be dealt with and excised out of the body, perhaps. You know, maybe some arteries need to be replaced, or maybe it's not that severe. Maybe it's something much less severe. But at the same time, once that's taken out, I feel that things get better. With that tree there overshadowing the coffin, I feel that there is really good potential for healing here. I feel that there's going to be a lot of emotions, though, because you know, the scythe and the heart and the snake together really talk about a relationship falling apart. Now, this could be a romantic relationship predominantly, but it could also be a business relationship. And I do feel that, you know, things have been on rocky ground in this situation. So if something falls apart, it's because it just wasn't working anyway. So good relationships will stay strong, but relationships that haven't been good will definitely be on weak ground and may actually fall apart. So you know what? Sometimes it's good. Let it go, let it flow. You know, sometimes you just you know, want something so badly, but it just isn't in your best interest anyway, or it just takes too much energy to work with. So, you know, be kind, considerate, and see what's going on, you know, how you can better your life if you're facing this situation. Of course, this is a general reading, and it won't apply to every Leo, Sun sign, Moon sign, and Rising sign, but it's possible. And I also need to tell you that because you know, the moon is there's a lot of emotionality. I feel that there's going to be a lot of communication. And what the anchor is suggesting here is that you think before you issue your thoughts to anyone, because it could worsen a situation that possibly could be you know, rehabilitated. So just keep in mind that, you know, when you're emotional, you shouldn't be saying too much, just enough. So, you know, keep that in mind. I feel for those of you who are involved in esoteric or metaphysical things, healing, energy medicine, you know, divination of any kind, readings, astrology, that kind of thing. I feel that if you've noticed a slow period coming, I feel that this is really going to start boosting itself up, and then you'll realize you probably have much more work this coming week. So that's all looking very good, and I do feel for some of you that there may be actually some water activity or a journey across water. So that may be something that you're either planning or taking this week, and I do feel that it will be enjoyable. However, do be careful because there could be some stormy weather coming this week over water. So just, you know, if you are sailing on your own or you're sort of in charge of your own ship, do take care that you pay particular attention to what's going on with the cosmos and especially the weather. All right, well, that should sort of summarize most of it. I do feel it's a lucrative week for money. And those of you who are employed or otherwise working, I do feel that you will do well this week. So keep up the pace and enjoy it.